Hi, I'm Sue Weller.
Hello, and I'm Alan Edwards from Core Postural Alignment. Thank you for joining us on this webinar. We hope you'll get a lot out of it.
We have a lot to cover in the next hour, so let's get going.
Hello, we're really excited that you've joined us. It's great to have you here, and we hope to edify, enlighten and enthrall you during our time together. We're going to be exploring how you can help more people more effectively and in less time without burning out. You see, if you can change the way you practice, you can have the practice you've always dreamed of having. Let me explain. There are 3 components to having a great practice: healthy and satisfied clients, a valued and vibrant practitioner, and a full diary and a great reputation for your clinic. We're going to be looking at how doing less can actually give you all these benefits. We'll also be looking at how you can have a wider impact on your community by helping more people, and how to be of greater service to the clients you already have. And you can earn more money while having more time and energy for all the nice things you want to be doing with your family and friends. What we'll be talking about is a technique that will supercharge your clients' own innate healing abilities, which will get themselves better, faster. Now, you may have trained in many techniques which you have added into your skill set, but what we'd like to do is show you how to make what you've already learned even more effective. This will round off and broaden all your existing therapy skills. And furthermore, you can do all this without having a revolving door practice. Now, lots of us have a revolving door practice at the moment, don't we? What that means is that a person comes in through your front door with a problem. If you get them better, they stop coming. And if you don't get them better, they stop coming and go somewhere else. So we'll be talking about how to get off the revolving door. So our goal today is to show you that there is a better way for you, your clients and your clinic by helping more people more effectively in a shorter time. You can serve your people better. You can get paid what you're worth. You can manage your time better. And you can save the wear and tear on your own body. And we also want to share with you some things you can implement immediately after this webinar, just to get you started on a journey of discovery and learning with us.
So, you may be thinking that you need a different technique for every problem a client presents with. This is one of the things we've found over the years, that lots of therapists have such an array of techniques. They have done so many courses. They have such a huge toolbox that they don't know what to use for the best. Whereas what we are saying here with Core Postural Alignment is that to achieve success with our clients, we need to learn to trust the client's innate healing abilities, their innate intelligence, because it's their body that knows what they need to do to get better. So with Core Postural Alignment, which we often just shorten to CPA, we help this process by reducing some of the stressors that are hindering their ability to heal themselves, and in particular, stressors associated with postural distortion and gravitational challenges. I know when we start to talk about posture, a lot of therapists, and maybe a lot of you listening now, immediately think, yes, we covered posture on my course. I've done a course on posture and postural correction. But what we're looking at with CPA is how posture interacts with gravitational forces and how gravity becomes a stressor on somebody's system once they become posturally distorted, once they lose what we call the physiological efficient posture. We are assessing people to see what their deviation is from the physiological efficient posture. We teach you what that is. And we can do this by simply using a plumb line. We take certain measurements, and that is one of the wonderful things about CPA, we take measurements before and after. And using these measurements, we can ascertain a prescription, and then we deliver an alignment using that prescription to address what we've measured at the plumb line. So in CPA, we are looking at the overall postural distortion pattern and working with that. We're reducing the gravitational challenges and improving our client's relationship with gravity. Once there is an improved relationship with gravity, the postural corrections are lasting and stimulate their innate healing abilities. I know a lot of you are here because you are interested in knowing more about how we can help you to achieve your goals of more time, more money, and a better practice. We have put together a comprehensive course that contains all the necessary practical skills for you to become a successful practitioner in core postural alignment. We have drawn on our years of experience of teaching other practitioners to create this course, which we will be introducing to you later.
We've been teaching therapists this work since 1998, many on our own courses and on courses organised for us by other professional organisations, such as chiropractic colleges and holistic training schools. Our courses are accredited by the prestigious Federation of Holistic Therapists. We've also lectured at seminars and given keynote addresses and presentations at national and international conferences. Once people see what it is we do, everybody gets it. Everybody understands the underlying simplicity and the obviousness of it. And you will too. We've taught hundreds of therapists who have gone on to have more fulfilling and rewarding work, who rediscover their original zest for serving people and for making a difference.
This is our story. Why we are here teaching core postural alignment. I qualified as a chiropractor in 1989 from a chiropractic college in Oxford in the United Kingdom. Prior to doing my training as a chiropractor, I had been a science teacher, so it wasn't long before the chiropractic college asked me to get involved in the teaching, mainly on the practical side, which I did alongside setting up my own clinic, which later became clinics. It didn't take too long before I was working 7 days a week. I was overdoing it, and after 6 or 7 years of working like this, I was hitting burnout. I didn't have enough time to see my family and friends, do enough exercise, study, or even to give of my best in clinic. In fact, it was quite scary. Something had to change. As part of my role at the college, I was responsible for researching possible continuing development ideas for the graduates. I found a book in the college library explaining about gravity, posture, and well-being. It was written by a chiropractor called Dr. Lamar Rosequist. Both Alan and I realised that this work needed to be investigated further. We felt very strongly that it was something that had been overlooked in our own training as chiropractors. We tracked down Dr. Rosequist, and I'm sure Alan will tell you more about that. We went over to America to train with him. Actually, this was how we started our honeymoon. That's how determined we were to make a change in our lives. We'd realised that there was something very profound in this work that we needed to take on board and use ourselves. We completed our training with Dr. Rosequist, and because of our experience of teaching at the chiropractic college and our knowledge of chiropractic, he asked us if we would teach his work here in the UK and Europe. We thought about it and decided that this would be a great privilege to teach such a profound technique. So we accepted his offer, and we've been teaching the technique ever since, constantly researching how it works and refining it. Now, when I first started to use this technique, I did struggle a little. As a chiropractor, you're used to deciding what needs to be adjusted and how. In fact, you're deciding for the client's body what its healing priorities are. Using core postural alignment I had to put that, let's say my ego, to one side. What I was responsible for doing was delivering a wonderful plumb line assessment and an excellent alignment. And the client's body, their innate healing abilities, would do the rest. Now, an experience I had within the first week of Union CPA really convinced me of the power of the technique. I was working with an existing client of mine. She'd had a stubborn and recurring sacroiliac joint problem as a result of an accident she'd had 12 years previously. I started the alignment and there was an audible crack in the upper thoracics. This was a surprise to both of us. However, there was no pain, just a release. Seeing her the following week, she recounted how after that alignment she had felt so much better. The sacroiliac joint was a lot more comfortable. It was like the thoracics needed to release before the body could address the sacroiliac problem. Reducing the gravitational challenge had allowed her body to heal according to its own priorities. I knew then I had to find a way of integrating this work into my existing skill set. In fact, this course has meant that I have a unique skill set, and people will travel sometimes great distances for an alignment. So for me, this work, core postural alignment, has proved to be a wonderful investment.
Sue and I were the principal and senior practical tutors respectively at the McTimoney Chiropractic College in Oxford. And we were responsible for training chiropractic students in how to do the adjustments. Back in 1996, we were asked to develop a postgraduate training course for the graduates. We came across the work of a Dr. Lamar Rosequist, in which he was discussing the effects of gravity on bodywork. We were intrigued, as in all the trainings we had had, and in fact all the trainings we were subsequently giving, none had mentioned the importance of a good relationship with gravity. It was crazy. Most of the treatments were given with the client either supine or prone, and none were considering what was happening to their body when it was upright in the gravity field. So this was long before the days of the internet, and it took us 2 years to finally get in contact with Lamar. You see, any book published in America has to have a copy lodged with the Library of Congress, and you have to provide details about the author. Now, I was treating the head librarian of my city at the time, and he was able to make an interlibrary request on our behalf for the author's details, and got us Lamar's address when the book was published. We sent a letter which was forwarded on until eventually we got in contact with him. He was living in Utah. We went over to Salt Lake City to train with him on our honeymoon. We're such old romantics. He asked us to teach the technique in Europe on his behalf, because of our history with teaching chiropractors, so we also did his tutor training. Now, at that time, we were setting up a brand new clinic, and in the new clinic, we decided to only use this technique for the first 6 months. And we found it to be as effective as the chiropractic. In about 10% of the people, we thought we might use the odd chiropractic adjustment, but by and large, we found it to be as effective as it enabled the client's own innate healing ability to make the corrections itself. Now, when you consider that to train as a chiropractor, it takes 5 years, and the average cost currently is about $120,000, we were very impressed with this technique, which we had learnt in about 30 hours. Our practice became much busier and clients were referring more. And as you can do this sitting down, we also had much more energy left for ourselves at the end of the day. And these have been very common findings for the people we've trained. Over the next 10 to 15 years, we worked in conjunction with Dr. Rosequist to refine the technique for our generation, just as he had done himself 30 years previously for an earlier version of the technique from the 1920s, which he had learnt. Now, we became practitioners because we wanted to help people get better and to improve the world by having healthier people making better decisions. We found that we could leverage our aspirations with this technique and leverage them even more by helping other people to improve the lives of the people in their communities. And that's why we continue to teach it.
So, how might all this apply to your situation? Perhaps you're feeling you can't move forward because even though you want to help more clients, you have to spend so much time working with your existing ones on a one-to-one basis, you haven't got the time or the energy to see any new clients. You just don't have the capacity. Perhaps what you haven't realised is that sometimes we can overtreat. We don't need to be seeing people for the hour and a half. Maybe you equate spending more time with your clients as better value, and maybe feel that they value you more because you are giving them that much time. Actually, what they really value are the results. We have found, as did Dr. Rosequist, that the optimum length of time for a session with CPA is around 15 minutes. And beyond that, you're not helping someone and maybe hindering them. Actually, what it can do is release more toxins into their system. It can create a greater reaction to their therapy session on that day and even technique trauma. We don't want people to have such a strong reaction to the therapy that they end up in bed for a few days. And let's face it, this isn't really what our clients want either. They want to feel better. They want to be able to continue with their lives, perhaps modifying it so that they're taking on board the changes that we've encouraged their bodies to make, but they don't want to be put into a state of overreaction. So by using core postural alignment, a lot of our graduates find that they are getting greater results in less time. And crucially, they are still giving value for money. Now, Carol, a massage therapist who trained with us a number of years ago and has kept in touch, she was a massage therapist. Her appointments lasted around 90 minutes. Using core postural alignment, Carol could reduce her appointment times and eventually was seeing 3 times the number of clients. It took a while, of course, to build this number up, but importantly, she found she had the energy and the ability to see 3 times the number of people. One of Carol's fears was that she would lose clients if she reduced her time with them, but what she actually discovered was that she kept most of them. They didn't feel they were getting less value for their money because their appointment time was reduced. Quite the opposite. They were pleased with the results and happy that Carol had gone out of her way to do the training. What they were interested in was feeling better. Carol keeps in touch with us regularly and is eternally grateful for finding the course and applying the knowledge. Sometimes it's easy to attend a course and then go away and not implement what you've learned. We make a point of maintaining contact with our graduates, well, those that want us to, and encourage them to use what they've learned. We are sure you would have a similar experience to Carol.
Now, we often lose some clients when we feel that we don't have the necessary skills to help them with a particular problem and have to refer them on to a practitioner with a more specialised skill set. For example, an aromatherapist might feel that their client has a bony issue which needs addressing, so refers them on to an osteopath. Meanwhile, the osteopath might feel that their client has a deep tissue problem and refers them on to a rolfer. And so it goes on. However, the need to refer on is much less when you have core postural alignment in your toolbox, and you might find that people start referring their clients to you. Let me explain. So there are 2 anatomical points in the body, and when they are correctly aligned to each other, the force of gravity is perfectly balanced by the ground reaction force, as Newton's 3rd law of motion dictates. This allows people to be upright with ease and poise and grace. We call this the primary alignment. When the primary alignment is lost, gravity isn't being balanced by the ground reaction force, so the body has to expend a lot of its own resources to hold itself up against gravity. People no longer are upright with ease and poise and grace, and we call this a gravitational challenge. Now, when the body is gravitationally challenged, the first thing that happens is a contraction of the paraspinal muscles in an effort to offset collapse. Of course, these aren't strong enough to do this for very long, so they recruit the larger postural muscles to help. Now, these in turn cause the postural distortion patterns that we see in our practice rooms, but also have a knock-on effect to the fascia and other structures in the body. All these compensations stop the body's own self-correcting mechanisms from working as effectively as they should. These small changes radiate out into the body rather like the spokes on a bicycle wheel. At the centre, it's a small disturbance, but by the time the disturbance reaches the outside rim, it can be magnified many times. This is why sorting out the primary alignment first often makes your existing techniques much more effective, as the body's own self-correcting mechanisms can come into play and work with you. That's why we say that core postural alignment can help improve any technique you currently practice. If all the techniques you have learned are individual tools in your toolbox, then think of CPA as a Swiss Army knife. Here's an example. Now, Dawn was a massage therapist working out of a spare room at a chiropractor's clinic. If her people weren't responding well, she would often pass them on to the chiropractor. After she learnt CPA, she stopped having to pass people on as often as she was getting better results. But then, something else started to happen. Gradually, other practitioners in her area started sending her their difficult clients. Eventually, even the chiropractor from the clinic she worked at started to refer his difficult clients to her. And this is by no means an unusual story. So the thing to realise that in our experience, almost everyone has an issue with their primary alignment. The number of people you'll be able to be in a position to help is unlimited. Here's a quick test to see if you have an issue with your primary alignment. After all, you're a therapist and you look after yourself. If you've lost your primary alignment with all the good things you do for yourself, imagine what must be happening in the average person. Okay, so this will just take 20 seconds. Do it now. Stand up if you like. Keeping your head still and your eyes closed, simply stand on your right leg for 10 seconds without wobbling. Now repeat it standing on your left leg for 10 seconds. How did you get on? Well, let me interpret the results for you. No wobble means great, your primary alignment is good. A wobble just at the ankle, that's within the elastic limits. That's basically good. You're in the process of correcting your own primary alignment. Movement in the rest of your body, your primary alignment is lost. And having to put the other foot down before the 10 seconds is up, the primary alignment is chronically lost. So let me just say that this is called the sway test and is a rough approximation of what's going on with your primary alignment. A much more accurate test involves the use of a plumb line and footboard, but as a rough indicator, it's quite revealing. Try it out on your family and friends. Try it out on your existing clients. You'll be amazed at how many people need help with their primary alignment. So to reiterate, virtually everyone you meet will have a primary alignment issue. Your potential clientele is unlimited. And with these skills, you'll feel more confident, serve your clients better, and you won't have to refer as often.
Now, if you find that you are exhausted from your therapy work at the end of the day, that it's not fun anymore, Well, perhaps delivering a strong or a long treatment isn't for you after all. A physically demanding treatment can be a stressor for you and also for your client to receive. Everything simply requires so much energy. In core postural alignment, we use a very light fingertip pressure. It's actually roughly about 5 grams, which is in the UK is the weight of a 20p piece. There'll be a similar weighted coin in your currency, I'm sure. We use this level of pressure because we are wanting to work within a law of physiology, which is known as the all or none law. And this law states that the full response of a nerve, heart or skeletal muscle fibre is dependent on giving a suitable stimulus. Following a stimulus above a certain threshold, the nerve or muscle fibre will fire. And this is known as all the response. If we give a higher level of stimulus, we don't get any more response. However, if we don't give enough of a stimulus, we don't get any response. We get none. So essentially, there will be a full response or no response at all. So what we find in CPA is if we use the right level of stimulus or pressure, this 5 grams, we have all the response. With our contact, we're not just sitting on the top of the skin, we take up the slack of the skin and then apply this 5 grams of pressure on the integument underneath. And doing this, we know that we are going to have a response. And we are going to have a full response in those muscle fibres. In fact, if we're going too heavy, we can have a guarding reaction within the fascia of the connective tissue, known as fascial guarding. And we want to prevent fascial guarding from occurring. Fascial guarding is that response when you're working deeply in the connective tissue on somebody, and I'm sure you'll have experienced this. They hold their breath and tighten right up, waiting until you finish what you're doing. So in CPA, we want to prevent fascial guarding because CPA works when the person is in a deep, relaxed state. The change we are looking for occurs when we have the full firing of the muscle fibres and the whole person is in a relaxed state. We are actually potentiating the parasympathetic nervous system, that part of the nervous system that is responsible for healing and repair. What we are looking at here with core postural alignment is a physiologically compatible treatment. We are allowing the body the time and opportunity to bring about the changes it needs to bring about in order to reduce the gravitational challenges we have seen at the plumb line. Also, working with this level of contact is so much less stressful on your own body. You could, if you wanted to, work sitting down. Alan does just this. I prefer to work standing, but Alan loves to deliver his alignments sitting. So not only can it help to save your body from the rigours of heavy adjusting or deep tissue work or leaning over people all day, but it could actually save you flooring too. If you like us chiropractors, we walk miles around our benches each day. Whichever relaxed posture you prefer to work from, what you find is that the gentle fingertip pressure and a rocking action you create stimulates a very deep, relaxed, even meditative state in your client's body, allowing you to get into the rhythm of what's going on for your client. Our simple, physiological, compatible treatment is gentle on you, gentle on the client. It's non-manipulative. It works solely through relaxation, through potentiating the parasympathetic nervous system, so you can enjoy your therapy work again.
Now you might be thinking, if core postural alignment is so good, why haven't I heard about it? And anyway, I was taught to assess posture on my other courses. Or, I already do postural work, but it doesn't give me the kind of results you're talking about. Well, let me answer those points from the bottom up. Firstly, core postural alignment isn't really about correcting people's posture. It's about improving their relationship with gravity. We see postural distortion as a secondary effect of losing the primary alignment. Think of the postural distortion more as an indicator of what's going on with the primary alignment. If you try to correct the posture without addressing the primary alignment, then the postural distortion will eventually return and you're back to square one. Secondly, we do teach students to assess posture, but we do it in a measurable way. There are 10 or so parameters which we can measure before and after an alignment so that both you and the client can see the amount of change which occurs as the primary alignment improves. Some clients even like to have a before and after photo taken on their phones. Also, by recording those measurements, we can see the overall improvement happening over a series of alignments. And thirdly, I don't know why you haven't heard about CPA. Certainly, for the first 60 years or so of this work, you had to be a chiropractor to learn it, so it wasn't widely known about outside of this community. In fact, it was often a closely guarded secret by the chiropractors who used it, as it gave them a competitive edge over their colleagues. It's also gone through several evolutions of emphasis and names during its history, and it's only been known as core postural alignment since 2014. But even we often say that CPA is the best kept secret in holistic health. Perhaps with your help, we can spread the word far and wide.
So what we've seen here is that more time with clients doesn't equal more value, as they're generally interested in results. You'll have the time available to see more clients in a working day. And actually perhaps everyone has core postural alignment issues, therefore your clientele could be unlimited. You wouldn't need to refer to other therapists as often. And it's more gentle on you and your clients. You can even treat sitting down if you wish. You will have more energy available at the end of the working day. So what we have learnt is that using a technique like core postural alignment, you don't need to spend as much time with your clients. In fact, a 15-minute hands-on session is enough to bring about a positive change in your client's postural distortion, their relationship with gravity, and how they feel. In fact, clients value the fact that they can have the results they're looking for whilst attending a much shorter appointment. We have also shown you how reducing postural distortion patterns and therefore gravitational challenges reduces the stress load on your client's system, allowing them to have more energy available for healing. Reducing the gravitational challenges will help what you already practice be that more effective, allowing you to serve your clients better, and there will be less need to refer to other practitioners. And finally, what we've learned here is that when you work with the all or none law, you don't need to use a heavy force. In fact, a gentle treatment can bring about all the response. There is no need to stress your client's system and put them into fascial guarding. Instead, stimulate their parasympathetic nervous system and allow their innate healing abilities to work according to their own agenda.
So imagine this. You wake up in the morning feeling rested and refreshed. You spend a little time on yourself, maybe meditating or exercising, playing a little music. You have a leisurely breakfast which nourishes you throughout the morning. Off to your clinic where you have a bustling practice serving your clients so that they can enjoy a higher level of health and vitality. Next, a relaxing lunch break. Then an afternoon with more wellness-orientated clients, happy and grateful to spend time with you, earning more than enough for all your needs. Still feeling good and vibrant yourself at the end of the day, you're looking forward to a nice evening with family or friends. Isn't this what we thought it would be like when we started in practice? Well, the good news is it still can be. Our programme is taught over 6 modules, and we support them with live question and answer sessions where you can get all your questions answered. You'll be invited to join our private Facebook group where you can meet other students and qualified CPA practitioners. You'll be able to ask us and your fellow students questions, share advice and support one another as you grow your practices. Fully online, this virtual programme can be taken at your own pace, in your own home, simply by watching the instructional videos, reading the background material we provide and following the step-by-step practice assignments. The 6 modules will give you everything you need to become an expert in core postural alignment. You'll begin by learning the background of CPA and all its many benefits so you can start passing that knowledge on to your existing clients right away. Next, we'll take you through how to prescribe a treatment plan based on your client's specific needs and body type. Then we'll teach you all the skills you'll need to practice on yourself, your family and friends, and finally, real paying clients. And because the ultimate goal here is to reduce your workload while increasing your income, we'll also give you bonus training and personalised support so that you can build income generating packages that complement your existing services, increase your client retention and protect your own personal time and energy. I'm now going to give you a quick run through of what you'll learn in each of the modules. We've designed Module 1 to give you an overview of core postural alignment and get you set up with everything you need to start implementing it as quickly as possible. You'll begin learning the background of CPA and the specialised terminology we use so that you can quickly and easily work your way through the subsequent modules. It's here you'll start developing your gravity eyes, a new way of looking at your clients' bodies and noticing the areas CPA can help with. You'll also get a taste of how the technique can integrate with your existing skills to make them more effective. In Module 2, we'll continue with the background and theory needed to quickly become an expert in core postural alignment, starting with the impact gravity has on the body and the importance of maintaining a physiological, efficient posture. We'll revise the basic surface anatomy we'll be referring to so that we're all talking the same language. And we'll be teaching you some signalling exercises to start developing your muscle memory needed for the precise movements you'll use to release the postural muscles in Module 5. We'll also be asking you to set up your plumb line and footboard ready for the next module. In the third module, you'll learn how to make a personalised prescription for your client based on their results from the plumb line. The prescription forms the basis of the treatment plan and allows you to deliver fantastic alignments for your clients each and every time. You'll end up with a measurable indicator of postural distortion which you can use for monitoring your client's progress. And you can even use this measurable indicator to determine just how much your existing techniques can improve your client's relationship with gravity. What you're starting to see is how you can incorporate CPA into your current practice and quickly get the visible results for your clients, the kind they keep coming back for. Module 4 is where you'll develop posture vision. You'll be able to easily read anyone's posture and work out the probable effects of their distortion patterns just by looking at them. This part of the programme allows you to assess the progress of your client. You will also learn a sitting assessment, an advanced plumb line assessment, and a troubleshooting procedure to help when things are not straightforward. You'll also be introduced to the awesome power of the alignment protocol. In Module 5, you'll learn how to apply the prescription to make lasting changes in your clients' bodies and help them achieve visible improvements to their health and wellness. The step is important as it's the visible results that lead to more referrals. Step by step, we'll teach you the alignment where you put into effect the signalling exercises you've been practicing since Module 2. We'll give you examples of explanations you can use in clinic so that you can obtain informed consent before you start working on your clients. We'll also go over case history taking so that you can make sure you have enough information before treating someone. In the 6th and final module, we'll show you how to integrate everything you've learned into your practice so you can begin offering CPA to new and existing clients. And because we believe so strongly in taking a holistic approach to healing, we've added additional training on how to ensure your CPA recipients get the most out of their alignment, so you can be certain that they're getting the best possible results. This is where you'll learn how to tailor CPA to your client's needs, how you can help if they have stubborn areas, how to report your findings, what supporting advice to offer, and how to integrate it into your current skill set. Based on their results, you'll learn how to adjust your prescription and technique to make sure you're delivering the most effective alignment for them each and every session. Basically, everything you need to put this into practice as soon as you've completed the course and the assignments.
These are some of the bonuses you will receive. You'll be invited to join our private Facebook group where you can meet with other students and qualified practitioners. You'll be able to ask ourselves and all the other members questions, share advice and support one another as you grow your practices. There's fortnightly live Q&A calls. So come along to our fortnightly live calls. We will answer your specific questions on the training, offer advice on how to grow your business using the CPA technique, and give advice on any difficulties you are having tailoring the technique to a particular client. You'll have access to these Q&A calls for 12 months. But don't worry if you can't attend the calls, as they are recorded and they will be available in your student portal to refer back to whenever you need. There's also lifetime email support. If you ever find yourself unable to come up with a prescription for a client with, let's say, an unusual body type, or you're experiencing a difficulty you've not seen before, simply email us. We will be more than happy to share our advice on the best course of action to take. You will be added to the directory of CPA practitioners on our website. We keep a directory of all our CPA practitioners who have been through our training programme, so we can confidently refer our website visitors to a practitioner in their local area. And once you've completed the course, there are additional bonuses that will help you build your practice.
We're really passionate about working with you and having you add core postural alignment to your practice so that together we can help make the world a healthier place. And we want to make it as easy as possible for you to say yes to joining the programme. We want to take away all the risk so you can say yes today. That's why we're offering you our ironclad, no questions asked, money-back golden guarantee. We're inviting you to take 30 days to go through the training materials, and if after 30 days you decide CPA isn't for you, simply email us and we'll refund you every penny. No questions asked. So say yes today and you'll be saying yes to helping more people more effectively in a shorter period of time, having a full diary, earning more money, having more energy at the end of a long day, getting more referrals, and knowing that you've done your best for you, your clients, and your practice. Now you can get all of this fantastic practitioner training course for just $797, or 3 payments of $297 if that's easier for you. Remember, that's for the online course, all the tools and worksheets, the question and answer calls, plus the Facebook group, and unlimited lifetime email support. So you can get started from as little as $297. Now we know some folks feel they'd like a little more support when learning a practical skill online. If you're one of them, then we have another package just for you. This is the practitioner training plus 2 hours of individual online coaching. You get everything in the practitioner training, but in addition have 2 hours of online coaching from us for $997 or 3 payments of $347. Now keep in mind that everything you need to become a great CPA practitioner is included in the practitioner training. The online coaching just helps those folks who like a little bit more individual support. We also know that there are some of you out there who want to take your CPA training even further. So for those of you, we also have a package that you'll love. This is the practitioner course with the online coaching plus in-person mentoring with the 2 of us at our teaching venue in the UK. You get to spend 4 hours with us, aligning one of us while being under the supervision of the other for brilliant feedback and fine-tuning. You'll have an alignment from us so you can feel exactly what your clients should be experiencing and what you're aiming for. Together, we can explore our vision for the future of CPA. You can ask questions about every nuance of the course and really squeeze every last bit of juice out of our time together. The cost for the training with the mentoring package is $1,497 or 3 payments of $517. The choice is yours, but if you choose to join us today, remember there's absolutely no risk to you as everything is covered by our ironclad, no questions asked, money-back golden guarantee. You can get started from as little as $297 and we look forward to seeing you inside the programme.
Now you might be thinking, I'd love to enrol on this course now, but I'm just too busy. I just couldn't fit it in. And anyway, how much time does it take to complete? We want you to know that, for us, it's important that every single one of our students becomes an expert in core postural alignment. With that in mind, this is not a course you can complete and become proficient in within a matter of a few hours. We have put a lot of thought and care into the structure of the programme in order to make it as easy and as pleasant to learn as possible. The course is modular in design, meaning you go at your own pace and fit it into your current time commitments. But you could, realistically, complete the training in 30 hours over a 6-week period. You may also be asking, if I spend all this money on this course, is it going to improve my revenue? Well, the great thing about CPA is it's an ongoing process. You have to remember that the technique works at its best when it's delivered regularly as part of a wellness program. This means you can engage clients for months, sometimes years, rather than for those one-off or short courses of appointments. And when we began using this technique, we found our referrals increased hugely. You see, core postural alignment is fantastic for building deeper connections with your clients and helping them achieve visible, lasting results. It's great for building a recurring revenue that every successful practice needs. A common question that's often asked of us is, as I'm really more of a practical learner, how will I know I'm doing it right if the programme is all online? Well, we have adapted the way we teach the technique so you can begin practicing immediately. We've designed this course to be useful from day one. And when you are ready to try on someone else, we will encourage you and support you to practice on a friend or family member. Remember, we're not going to let you do this wrong. Everything you need to know is covered in the programme. Plus, there's the Q&A calls every 2 weeks. And on top of that, there's the Facebook group and we give you email support. So if you have any questions about using the technique, we're on hand to guide you through. Plus, if you choose to enrol either the online coaching or mentoring level, there will be even more support. So if you like what you've heard today and you would like to train with us, simply click the link below and sign up. It's that simple. Remember, if you always do what you've always done, your results will always be the same.
Thank you for your time. We hope you've got a lot out of it.
We're looking forward to meeting you on the course. If you want more detailed information or to enrol on the course, click the button below.
If you're eager to get started right away, simply scroll down to the bottom of the information page and click Join Now.